Security matters to you. Buy and sell your skins safely at bitskins.com, the world's leading skin marketplace.
Valve recently changed the skybox on Mirage, opening up the map completely. I'm going to show you some of the best lineups that are now possible going forward. Before we get started though, I'll be giving away a bunch of skins to the first 10 people who leave a comment. Write the keyword new skybox and drop your trade link next to it. If you weren't quick enough this time, make sure you do hit that bell to be notified of new videos. We're going to start off with this killer smoke for B apartments. Come into this corner at T spawn, aim at the top of this antenna. Run forwards and jump throw when your crosshair reaches the bottom. This will take 12 seconds to bloom and lands at the end of B apartments, limiting vision from the CT side. Because this is a jump throw, you'll need a different lineup on Valve's 64-tick matchmaking servers. So aim at the top of the antenna like before. Using your classic view model, place the tip of your smoke grenade upwards until you meet this brown patch on the wall. Run forwards and jump throw the smoke when you go past this wire. To smoke the first arch of B, come into the right side of this window. Place your crosshair in the middle of the antenna and the roof to throw. To smoke the second arch, come below the lamp. Aim at the corner of this building here. Go down until you are level with this line on the wall and release. To do the first arch smoke as part of a rush, you can throw it from the B app's entrance. Wedge yourself into the corner until you hit the wooden beam on the right. Aim at the top of this building here and jump through. This smoke works exactly the same on 64-tick, so there's no need to learn an extra lineup. To do the second arch smoke from here as well, come to the wooden beam on the right. Find the corner of this wall and follow it down until you reach this area of white here. This smoke takes 7 seconds to bloom, whilst the first arch smoke takes 10 seconds. This means that for the rush, the players that throw these smokes can be all the way up here at B apartments and ready for the push. For 64-tick, aim at the corner of the wall like so and jump through. You can also fake the B rush by throwing the second arch smoke from spawn. Get on top of the bin and move into the corner. You'll notice that you can't jump here because of a small ledge above. To fix this, move to the left slightly until you can jump freely. The lineups are pretty lenient with this one, so don't worry if you think you've moved too far to the left. Aim at the top of this leaf and tap W the same time as you jump through. This will land perfectly on either side, and like the previous arch smokes, doesn't allow any CTs to play behind the smoke at an off angle. For 64-tick, you're going to need to line up in a different position. Come to the tiles here at spawn next to the shadow. Aim just to the left of this vine. Jump throw and tap W at the same time. To get early apartments control on the CT side, come into this corner at spawn, aim at this wooden beam and jump through. Your middle player could throw this for your two players at B to help them get control as fast as possible. For 64-tick, stay in the same corner. Instead of aiming at the center of the wooden beam, just move your crosshair to the top right corner and jump through. Alternatively, if it is late in the round and you want to get apartments control, you can throw the same smoke from this corner. Aim at the corner of this building. Move your crosshairs slightly to the left and release. To smoke the market window, come into this corner, crouch and aim at the top of this building. Whilst remaining crouched, jump throw. The crouch enables this smoke to land perfectly on the ledge, making any CTs that do jump out easily visible. For 64-tick, it's the same lineup, but the smoke won't land on the ledge, but just outside the window. To smoke the market door, come to the same spot, aim at the top of the third window on the right and jump through. This lineup also works the same on 64-tick. It's possible to throw the market door smoke from spawn. Come to this corner here, find the corner of the building like this and follow it up until you reach the wire. Run forwards and throw once your crosshair reaches the wall. This lineup works the same on 64-tick as well. Loads of smokes for palace have been floating around, but this one, in my opinion, is the best. Place yourself in this corner of B site. Aim at this corner where the two buildings meet. Take one step forwards and jump throw. This lands centered in palace, leaving no gaps and no options for the Ts to sneak out with. It also works the same on 64-tick. To smoke palace when you are rotating to A, you can do it from this corner outside market. Aim at the top right of this window and jump throw. This smoke also works exactly the same for 64-tick. It takes roughly 7 seconds to bloom, meaning if you go through jungle, you could be up near stairs ready for the retake. If you are the short player, you can also keep Palace smoked up. Position yourself over this dot on the floor. If you're having trouble finding it on a different resolution, just look for the bigger one behind it and follow it up. Aim at the top right hand corner of this brick. Jump throw and tap W at the same time. This extra W movement gives it the same perfect positioning as all of the previous Palace smokes. For 64 tick, it works exactly the same. The short player can also smoke a ramp. Go to the same dot we just used. Aim at the bottom beam of wood sticking out like so. Jump throw and tap your W key at the same time. This leaves no visible gaps in the smoke for the T side to abuse. For 64 tick, you're going to need to aim at the same spot. Pull the pin off of your smoke grenade. You're going to need to use your left hand classic view model to line this up. Simply raise it directly up until your hand meets the bottom right corner of the rug. Jump throw and tap W at the same time. It's not the ideal lineup using classic view models, but this one was super tricky to find for 64 tick. To smoke ramp on the retake, come into this corner of CT spawn. Aim at this gap of the wall here, follow it down until you reach the frame of the door. This blooms just as you reach ticket booth, enabling you to start the retake straight away. For 64 tick, follow the same gap of the wall down until you hit this grey area. To smoke CT from jungle, come into this corner. Aim at the top of the pole like so. Left click throw to release. This is ideal if you are retaking a site and have info on players already pushed towards CT. To smoke jungle from a ramp, come into this corner, aim between the middle of these two planks of wood and jump throw. This lineup also works the same on 64 tick. To smoke window from ramp, come into this wooden beam, look down and make sure you are on top of this line to the left. Aim just to the right of where the wire starts here. This isn't actually a new smoke, but I thought I'd include it anyway, since it's less known and is thrown from across the map. For 64 tick, you need to aim in this corner where the darker lines meet on the wall. Jump throw the same like before. This window smoke is nice and simple from T-spawn. Go to the top of the stairs right here. Aim at the left side of this leaf on the wall. Jump throw. Super consistent, easy lineup, and of course, no gaps. Unfortunately, I can't find a 64 tick version for this smoke as the bounces fall short of the window every single time. To smoke short from spawn, go to this corner. Aim at the top left side of this black window. I like to use the mark on the wall and the antenna to help line it up. Jump throw to release. Again, I was unable to find a 64 tick version of this smoke. Alternatively, you can smoke short from the opposite direction instead, next to the bin. Aim at the right hand side of the wall. Go directly down until you meet this leaf. Jump throw. For 64 tick, I was unable to find a recreation of this. To Molotov under balcony from Palace, you can now bounce it off this curved wall without having to peek. Position yourself at the wall here, aim at the top of the ceiling, and release when your crosshair reaches the height of the light. It's worth noting that this Molotov won't catch anyone sat on top of the bricks. This one isn't new, but it's worth a reminder. If Palace does get smoked off, you can still do the old blind Molotov using the curved wall. Go into this corner, aim just to the left of where the pattern ends on the wall. Move back into the smoke and press up against the wall to release the Molotov. This Molotov actually catches any players stood on the bricks, like so. To do the new and improved Guardian smoke, come into this corner near Palace. Aim at the lower ledge of the window here. Follow this up until you reach the top of the building. Run forwards and release the smoke when your crosshair goes past the grey part of the roof. This will travel across the map and land at the front of the B site, making it great for faking out the CT side during clutches. This new adaptation of the smoke provides even less visibility for anyone rotating in from market. For 64 tick, aim at the same part of the window ledge here. Follow it up until you are in line with this wooden beam to the left. Take one step forward and jump through. This final smoke is for the market window thrown from spawn. Find this dot and go up to the top of the wall. Run forwards and throw once your crosshair reaches the end of the brown patch here. This will hit the side of the market window and give you a perfect smoke, allowing no CTs to sneak out onto site. For 64 tick, aim at the same position, but follow it up until you reach the bottom of the wooden beam to the left. Run forwards and throw once your crosshair reaches the top of the roof.